The man never saw this coming. Just after he single-handedly defeated the final boss, and successfully forced thousands of trapped players to log out. The moment he clicked exit himself, a massive system error occurred. When he opened his eyes again, 500 years had passed. But at this moment, Jack hadn't noticed anything wrong. The air felt incredibly real. He thought he had successfully returned to the real world. However, the very next second, a familiar game panel popped up right in front of him. His level, which should have been capped, had broken through to 255. All his stats had skyrocketed to absurd levels. Jack tried to find the exit button again, only to discover that the option had completely disappeared. In that instant, Jack realized he had traveled across time. He had no choice but to accept this reality. Jack skillfully opened his inventory. He took out a return scroll. He planned to go back to his in-game home to check the situation. Just as he arrived at the doorstep, he saw a few thugs with a death wish. They were forcibly dragging an elf girl. The moment the girl was forced out of the protective barrier, the curse on her body was immediately triggered. Thick black energy attracted nearby monsters. The thugs were scared out of their wits and scattered instantly, eyeing the girl about to be swallowed by a monster. Jack acted decisively. He killed the monster with a single strike, but the moment he swung his sword, he felt a realistic recoil in his arm. This made him feel a bit unaccustomed. The girl thanked Jack, still in shock. She said her name was Tina. She wasn't the owner of this place. She was just responsible for watching the shop and delivering messages for her master. When he heard her master's name was Schnee, Jack instantly got excited because Schnee was one of his NPC attendants back in the game days. As long as he found her, he could figure out exactly what happened during these 500 years. Jack immediately asked for Schnee's whereabouts. Tina, however, was wary. She said intelligence couldn't be revealed casually, but if it was just passing a message, she would charge a fee. The price was 1,000 silver coins. Jack rummaged through his pockets. He found he only had old currency from 500 years ago. He casually pulled out a gold coin and handed it over. Tina was dumbfounded because this ancient gold coin was capable of amplifying magic. A single one was worth tens of billions of silver coins. But for Jack, this was just the smallest currency unit in the game. Tina began to suspect Jack's identity. Jack casually explained that he was a high human. This shocked Tina once again, because in her common knowledge, high humans had gone completely extinct 500 years ago. Jack immediately understood everything. 500 years ago, tens of thousands of players logged out en masse. In the eyes of the natives, it looked like high humans collectively vanished. To thank Tina for the intel, Jack decided to help solve her curse while he was at it. Tina thought this curse was incurable, but Jack activated his analysis skill. He instantly locked onto the source of the curse. He raised his hand and cast a purification spell. The curse that had plagued Tina for years dissipated instantly. Although her hair color didn't fully recover, Tina could now freely walk out of the barrier. To repay this kindness, Tina took Jack to the Moon Shrine and gave him a letter of introduction. Jack thought it was just an ordinary letter. He didn't expect its power to far exceed his imagination. With the letter in hand, Jack went to the Adventurers Guild in town. He planned to register a new identity, to explore the world while waiting for news of Schnee. As a result, when the guild president saw the introduction letter, he was immediately alarmed. The president personally ran out to verify the letter's authenticity. The moment two letters touched, they produced a strong magical resonance. There was no doubt this was the real deal. This letter held extremely high privileges. Not only did it allow entry into any country without inspection, it even granted the qualification to meet a king directly. Jack finally realized his former NPC subordinates had become legendary figures over the last 500 years. Bidding farewell to the president, Jack went to the tavern to observe other adventurers. He found that the current equipment standards were extremely backward. Everyone was holding scrap metal. To avoid drawing attention, Jack deliberately changed into a set of cheap novice gear. He accepted a simple herb gathering quest. Just as the quest was done and he was ready to return, a level 359 Skull Knight blocked his path. This was the perfect opportunity to test his strength. Jack tentatively attacked a few times. He found the iron weapon in his hand couldn't break its defense at all, and the weapon's durability was dropping rapidly. Jack decided not to hold back anymore. He used that move. He wanted to see exactly how strong he was now. With just a single slash, the powerful sword energy instantly blasted the Skull Knight into powder. Even the rare gem that dropped was nearly shattered. But unfortunately, because he used too much force, the long sword in his hand flew right out of his grip. Jack roughly understood his own strength. He was becoming more and more interested in this world where the game had become reality. And at this very moment, that long sword that Jack had sent flying to the horizon cut through the sky, unbiased and precise. It landed right inside the chamber of the kingdom's princess.